I am with my UFC 126 fight predictions. Got to run through this real quick. Got a lot to do, and I've been putting this off far too long. The fights are going to start in what? Actually, the undercard has already started, so we'll get over that. Anyways, I'm going to do my, we're going to work from the bottom up. First, we got Mike Pierce versus Kenny Robinson. Mike Pierce came in 1 pound over. Mike Pierce is one of the most dominant forces in the welterweight division, and nobody knows his name. He is the black horse of the welterweight division. Kenny Robertson is a pretty basic wrestler. Mike Pierce can handle that. Mike Pierce has faced stronger wrestlers than John Fitch. He lost a close decision that time, and he almost finished John Fitch. I will go with Mike Pierce all the way. Kyle Kingsbury versus Ricardo Romero. I'm taking Ricardo Romero on this. He trains with a great camp. He's healed up. He's done. The show that he put on against Seth Petrozelli, though Seth Petrozelli to many people isn't a top-level opponent, was phenomenal. He really showed his skills, and he should be able to take out Kyle Kingsbury. Next, Gabe Rudiger versus Paul Taylor. Gabe Rudiger is a ground fighter. He's going to try to finish this in the first. I think he will. Paul Taylor's going to stand up, and this is going to be Paul Taylor's last fight in the UFC before the UFC sends him packing. I'm sorry. I know I'm probably not with the popular opinion on this one, but Gabe Rudiger takes this. It's going to be some sort of submission or groundwork in the first. Demetrius Johnson versus Norifumi Kid Yamamoto. This is a good one. I'm extremely excited to see Kid Yamamoto in the UFC, and I expect Kid Yamamoto to pull this off. I don't like Demetrius Johnson, period. He's 24, and I'm 24, and he's proving to me why I suck at life. He is so far in his life, and I look at where anyways, I'm not going to go there. But I'm taking Kid Yamamoto on that one. Chad Mendes versus Michihiro Omagawa. I'm taking Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes is the next level at 135. He's a wrestler, but he can do it all. What he did to Javier Vasquez was amazing. He will do this to Omagawa. Hopefully Omagawa is not one of these he gets into the UFC, he loses once and then they throw him out. But I'm taking Chad Mendes. I think that's pretty decisive. Paul Kelly versus Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone takes this. I think that's pretty well called. And hopefully maybe we can see Donald Cerrone versus Cole Miller after this. But after Cole Miller's performance, with a dominant performance by Donald Cerrone tonight, I don't think that would be a good matchup, but it would be an interesting fight for sure as far as the build-up. Next, we got on the main card, we got Antonio Banuelos versus Miguel Torres. Miguel Torres is working his way back to the 135-pound belt. I suspect Miguel Torres is going to take this from Antonio Banuelos. He's going to outstrike him, probably go to a decision. Then Uriah Faber fights Eddie Wineland. I expect Uriah Faber to win against Eddie Wineland and go on to fight Dominic Cruz for the 135-pound championship. And then maybe we can see a Miguel Torres Uriah Faber fight. I think a Miguel Torres Uriah Faber fight is inevitable down the road somewhere, but that's the easiest path that I see to getting to that fight. Ryan Bader versus John Jones. I hope Ryan Bader wins this. I hope he wins this. I hope he wins this. I will be cheering for him all the way. With that said, John Jones is pretty much going to take this. I don't see a way that Ryan Bader is going to win this. He could, but I just don't see it. Not with the bag of tools that Jones has, and not with the way just the camp that Jones is at. I just don't see it happening. Next, I've got Jake Ellenberger versus Carlos Eduardo Rocha. Taking Jake Ellenberger. Jake Ellenberger is a lot like Mike Pierce in my eyes, but Jake Ellenberger has more exposure. Mike Pierce is on his way up. I think Mike Pierce is a better fighter than Jake Ellenberger, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Jake Ellenberger is going to take that. Forrest Griffin versus Rich Franklin. I will rarely, if ever, pick against Rich Franklin, and I'm not going to now. Rich Franklin's going to take out Forrest Griffin. He's a more technical striker. He's never had a problem with bigger guys. Forrest Griffin seems to be saying that he's relying on his size to beat Rich Franklin. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Rich Franklin has fought much bigger guys. He fought a huge wrestler in Yushin Okami, and he was able to get out of that. Forrest Griffin is not a better wrestler than Yushin Okami, and he plans to use his ground game. So Rich Franklin should have an easier time with that. Franklin fought Matt Hamill, who's a great wrestler at 205, and pretty well handled him. I just don't see if Forrest Griffin does intend on using his ground skills, how he's going to take out Rich Franklin. And if it gets into a fighting war, Rich Franklin's more technical. The one way that Rich Franklin is going to lose is with that chin. His chin is not weak by any means, but it is weaker than it was early in his career, and I have seen him rock. He got rocked in the Chuck Liddell fight, so that's a possibility. But I see the greater chance of Rich Franklin taking this. Anderson Silva versus Vitor Belfort for the middleweight title. I want Vitor to win this. This is another Bader Jones for me. I want Vitor to win this. He's not going to. I hope he pulls the shock upset, but I don't see it happening. Those are my picks, guys. I'll check back with you after the fights. I'm going to be watching ESPN2 for the post-fight press coverage. That's it. That's all I got for you right now.